Okay, guys, I told you on Friday I wasn't going to be here, and you have Mrs. Keneally today, so you're going to have to do a good job for her. Make sure she's gonna report honestly to me on how you do. Um, Now, the first thing is you guys are a little bit behind, so if you haven't finished your research, go ahead and sit with your presentation groups, which is different from your content focus groups. Sit with the groups that you're actually going to present with, and finish your research if you need to finish that. But the goal, if you guys can today, is for you guys to actually start working on how you're going to convey the information to me. You have the entire hour, and the only final product I really want is for you to either invite me to be a part of your presentation or your Prezi, or just send me an outline of how you think you're going to do it. The big goal, guys, though, is you have to answer all of these questions. If you answer all of these questions just exactly how they're lined up, it will be the most boring presentation you have ever given and I have ever heard. If you just sit there and say, 1980s economy, here's where it started, here's how it changed, here's the impact it had, this is the foreign policy of the 80s, here's where it started, here's how it changed, this is the impact it had. I have no rules on how you're going to present. You can present however you want. So if you want to break it up by decades and have, each person present their area of expertise in the 80s and then move on to the 90s, or maybe you want to have the economy person talk through the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Maybe you want to start in the 2000s and go back in time and do a time machine thing. I actually have a group doing that. Going back, well, why was it like this? Well, it was like this because of this. Well, why was it like this? Well, it was like this because of this. And they're going backwards and just doing it in kind of a fun way. Okay? You can use anything you want. You don't have to use your computers to present to me. You can draw on the board. You can film a video. Okay? Just make sure that you can get it done. Your presentation needs to be however you want and however you want to do it. You just have to engage us and entertain us and answer these 36 questions. I don't expect a slide to answer all 36 questions. In a single sentence, you might say that the U.S. foreign policy in 1991, Iraq invaded Kuwait and we went to war with Iraq, which caused us to put weapons in Saudi Arabia, and as a result, we had groups like Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden mad at us because we put weapons in Saudi Arabia. That just answered all three of these. I'm smart enough. I'll pick that up. You don't even have to outline it for me. I am not going to be a stickler on, oh, you didn't go in depth on this enough. What I am looking for is that you guys do this in an entertaining way. You give me a snapshot of the 4 major columns of American history for each decade, and you do it in an entertaining way. I have a group during 4th hour that's using Michael Jackson music. And so, what was a big song in the 1980s? And they're starting with, that 1980s song, and they're going to talk over it, and they're going to throw up pictures and video clips of whatever that is. Okay, I have another group that is doing, like I said, the time machine. Something that I haven't had a group do that I think would be really cool, just make up a story about, Johnny whatever, and he's born in 1980, and his family's, life, you can build that into the economy, he was born poor because we were in a recession, blah, 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 blah. And then you get to the 90s, and now he's in school. What's he learning in school? What's he wearing at school, society? What's happening in the government? In the 2000s, oh, now he's in college. How much did it cost to go to college because of the economy? What's going on in the wars? Oh, he went off to join the military because September 11th. What's he wearing or what's he listening to? Okay, tell a story, whatever, but do it in an entertaining way. There will be nothing more boring than if you guys just create a bunch of slides and read them to us. That is not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to say you have everything at your fingertips. Present to me something entertaining and engaging and just cover the 4 major pillars. And then I'm giving you these guiding questions. If you cover society in depth, you will have answered these 3 questions for me. Okay? So, the goal by the end of the hour, you guys, is to finish your research. So you guys, this class might not get all that far done if you're doing your research. If you say you're doing your research, Mrs. Keneally, you can expect them to be quiet because all they're doing is researching. The conversations that Mrs. Keneally should hear you guys having, as you guys talking about maybe a theme or a video or something that's going to go good here and how you're going to do it and how you're going to link it. Okay, this isn't just, oh, we're watching YouTube just to get ideas, or we're just listening to music to get ideas. You can do that for a short period of time, but the rest of it, you should be working on how you're going to present. All right, guys. Hopefully you have a really productive day. I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks.